What's up, kids? Welcome back to another Dave Cave Dave review. I'm Dave, coming at you from the Dave Cave, and tonight I'm having a look at the DC Multiverse collector build Plastic Man JLA wave. Yeah, that's right, in the house we got Superman Blue, we got Batman, Aquaman, and John Stewart the Green Lantern there, guys. But you know what, I'm most excited of all for Mr. Plastic Man there, Mr. Elo Bryan, the Build-A-Figure. Can't wait to crack him out, assemble him, and put him on my shelf there, guys. I'm a big Plastic Man fan, but I'm also a huge JLA fan, and I'm getting closer to putting together my classic Grant Morrison and Howard Porter JLA lineup. But not all of these figures make the cut. To find out which ones do, just keep watching, guys. Now, with that out the way, guys, let me hit you up for a like and a subscribe if you haven't done so already. Help me grow the channel, help me get it out there. And without further ado, let's get into it, man. Let's crack these guys open. Let's do this. Okay guys, I'm back. Hope you enjoyed my musical montage there, where I like to let the figures kind of speak for themselves. I feel like I could prattle on and waffle on about the figures in one way or another. Personally, I feel like I don't have anything very interesting to say. So I feel like, yeah, letting the figures kind of just show themselves off there with a little bit of my help is kind of my style. So yeah, let me know if you think otherwise in the comments. Let's get to this wave as a whole, guys. I don't really want to speak individually about each figure all that much. I'm just going to kind of go down the line and talk about, you know, the inclusion of each figure and why I think it's a good or a bad idea. Now, Aquaman, first off, excellent idea, including him in this wave. This is great. You know, I mean, just like a very emblematic Aquaman of the 90s, and I think it's about time that we got the harpoon hand Aquaman on our shelves, and yeah, I think he's a perfectly adequate figure for this wave, and probably, you know, my second best figure of the wave. Now, moving on down to Batman, I think obviously this is, you know, the most egregious of the repaints in this wave, I think. You know, I guess you could argue that, but I mean, this figure is just top to bottom 100% reuse. He's just the Three Jokers Batman, in case you hadn't figured it out, just repainted in black and yellow, but he does have some splashes of like dark navy blue on the helmet, the gauntlets, and the greaves there, the boots. So personally, I actually think that for a figure that's just like 100% reuse, I think it still kind of qualifies as smart reuse, because if you look at the artwork in the like Morrison and Porter book, like this Batman kind of matches that artwork pretty well, and you could argue that he almost matches the artwork better than he matches the artwork in Three Jokers, which is the book that he was originally based off of. So yeah, I don't know, look, that's just my opinion. You might disagree completely, but yeah, I think that this kind of qualifies as like smart reuse. Like, at least they used this buck, they like picked the buck that like would fit well in the JLA book, and they repainted that one rather than just like picking any of the other thousands of Batman that they've done, and you know, just kind of like figuring they need to squeeze an extra dime out of that buck. So, you know, choosing that one arbitrarily, at least I feel like choosing this one, it fits quite well. So yeah, moving on down, we're going to skip Plastic Man because, I mean, he's obviously my favorite of the wave. But yeah, we'll go to Superman Blue over here. You know, I think this is a smart pick for this wave. Superman Blue does feature in the Morrison JLA for about half of the issues there, so he is quite prominently featured. But in my mind, the Superman in the Morrison JLA book, you know, the emblematic Superman of that run is not the blue one, but we've had enough of like normal Superman that I think that, you know, giving us this one is pretty cool. And the platinum being the red version, I think is a great idea, very 90s, and I'm going to be hunting that platinum down so I can put them both on my shelf, but they're not going to be in my Morrison Porter JLA lineup. So yeah, and I'll show you the Superman that I'm going to pick, and I wonder if you can pick it before I actually show it. Now, finally going down here to Mr. John Stewart here. What a weird pick, what a weird inclusion. I mean, I'm just going to go straight to the cards. Superman Porter artwork straight off the cover of one of the hardcovers, one of the issues there. Same with the Batman, same with the Aquaman. I think that's Neil Adams from the Hard Traveling Heroes. So like yeah, I mean, it's just so bizarre that they would choose this John Stewart from a book that predates the JLA book by, I don't know, maybe a decade or maybe 2 decades. Geez, I'd have to do my like research on that, but like predates it by a bit. So like, why is he here? Why does it say Green Lantern JLA, but the art is like Green Lantern, Green Arrow, Hard Traveling Heroes? Yeah, I mean, like, John Stewart's been in the JLA. He's been in the JLA book that kind of followed Morrison's run, but I don't remember him actually being in Morrison's run. But I mean, he doesn't have to have been in Morrison's run. Like, JLA ran for a good number of issues, but I don't think he featured in the run in his retro look. Also, this is the third John Stewart I've had. I've got 2 versions of the previous one, you know, the singular release in the Endless Winter Wave, and now this one. So, I mean, oh wait, 4th if you count the animated one. So yeah, I mean, like, that's cool. I mean, like, this is a really cool version of John Stewart. He's going to look great next to my classic Hal. He's going to look amazing next to my classic Black Canary if we ever get one. But I mean, yeah, interesting pick, and definitely the odd one out for the wave. But you know, whatever, I'll take him. Also, might I add, both of these heavy reuse except for the heads. And then going down to Plastic Man, fantastic, excellent, one of my favorite builder figures. What can I say? Those heads are fantastic, and much like I really enjoyed the choice that was made on the Animal Man visor, including that kind of like painted reflection effect. They did the same thing with Plastic Man's visor here. Really, really cool choice, but I think that's actually sculpted on and then painted, so really inspired choice. Those head sculpts are fantastic. In fact, I really like all of the head sculpts in this wave. Superman Blue looks fantastic. John Stewart does look excellent. Arthur here, you would think that this head is just the Endless Winter Aquaman reused, but it's not. It's so similar. It's so similar that it actually makes me think that they just went off the original mold and just made tweaks. But the legs are definitely reused from that Aquaman, and I would say obviously this is original. So, you know, we've got parts of originality on this Aquaman, just to make a little digression there. But yeah, Plastic Man, fantastic bath, and definitely the highlight of this wave. Now what I'm going to do next, guys, is I'm going to do some comparisons, and then I'm going to build my Morrison Porter JLA lineup. And yeah, you don't want to miss it. See you then. Peace. Okay, now we're going to see how the JLA wave stacks up next to some other DC Multiverse 7-inch figures, and then we're going to see how they scale against some other figures that aren't in the 7-inch scale. Okay, here they stand next to their Earth 2 counterparts, the Crime Syndicate. And here they are next to the Earth 2 Superman and the Spectre from the Crisis on Infinite Earths wave. And here they stand next to the Justice Lord Superman and the Collector Edition Captain Carrot. You know, here they are next to Animal Man and the Batman and Robin movie wave Poison Ivy. Now here they are next to the Masterverse New Eternia Trapjaw and the New Eternia Man-at-Arms. We're skewing a bit smaller with some 6-inch now. We've got the G.I. Joe Classified Rock and Roll and Snow Serpent. And one last batch of randoms. On the left, we've got the Marvel Legends No Way Home Doc Ock. Over here, we've got the Clone Wars Ahsoka, a Vintage Rat King, Mezco Earthworm Jim, and up the back, the Jack Kirby's New Gods Light Ray by DC Direct. Okay guys, so I'm back. Time to do something that I haven't really done on this channel before, and that's do a lineup. Let's build a lineup. Let's build out my Morrison Porter JLA lineup, and I'm going to build out from what we've got here. But what I have to do first is I actually have to take out some pieces that I think don't actually fit. So what I'm going to do first is, sorry John Stewart, but you got to go, because really you don't have any place in this lineup, not in my head canon, and not during the Morrison run anyway, and especially not in those duds. As I mentioned earlier, those are classic duds, man. Those are like Silver Age duds, and we're, you know, balls deep in the modern age by the time we get to Morrison's JLA, so yeah, not quite. Also going to get rid of Plastic Man for now. I know that he does feature in Morrison's JLA, but for now I'm going to take him out, and I'm just going to build out my main like core cast. And surprises, getting rid of Superman Blue. Now this guy is an awesome figure, and he totally would be justified in anyone's Morrison Porter JLA run, but I've got a better Superman to add. And I think, yeah, I don't know, you might be, you might agree with me, you might not. You might think I'm a crazy man for doing this, but let's just hear me out. All right, so first up, so we've just got our Batman, we've got our Aquaman, and these are obviously kind of good fits, right? So we've got our black and yellow Batman with those like real dark navy highlights, which I think match Porter's Batman quite well. And this guy is just obviously based on the source material, as you can see just up here. You might not be able to see it clearly, but you know, he's very, very close to what's going on the page there. So first up, our Wonder Woman. We've only really got one choice, and it's going to be this one right here. For obvious reasons, she's pretty much our only one. So I'm going to move Mr. Aquaman across. I'm going to put Wonder Woman there, and our Superman's going to go smack bang in the middle. And I'm picking this guy. Now, he's a chonkster. He's proportionately like, you know, probably too big, but that's how Porter drew his Superman. He drew his Superman quite big, right? So I think that this guy is actually a really good fit. If his duds were just a touch darker, I think he'd be an even better fit. Yeah, for now, I think he's pretty good. All right, so we've got these four all lined up. Now, next, we're gonna go with our Green Lantern, and we just got him in the Kilowog 2-pack, and it's gonna be this Kyle here. So bam, I think already, damn, that looks good. We're already looking at a pretty solid 90s, early 2000s lineup here. Yeah, I think we're looking good. That looks fantastic. Now, on to the Martian. So, Mr. Martian Manhunter, Mr. John Jones. I'm gonna have to go with the classic. I think he was a gold label or a platinum of the Rebirth release. Now, super short. Like, John Jones should be the freaking tallest one in that lineup, so I don't know what the hell's going on there. I really want to get that new Affleck Batman, the BVS one, because apparently you can do a peg, like the neck peg swap between that Batman and this Martian Manhunter, and it kind of serves both of those figures quite nicely, because that Batman's head is too high, and if you swap their neck pegs, the Batman's head sits a bit lower, makes him look a bit kind of chunkier, which is what he should look like, because Affleck was kind of, you know, a beefcake in that movie, and you know, makes this Martian Manhunter a little bit taller. So yeah, can't wait to get that in hand so I can kind of make that swap happen. But for now, I think we're looking good. It's that stand is kind of putting a bit of space between my Aquaman and my Wonder Woman, but that's all right. And then finally, all right, we've got 6 up on the table right now. Finally, my last entry is kind of an unofficial You know, it's not quite right. It's obviously it's the Flash, but I don't have that new Wally West that they've just put out, which is that Rebirth Barry Allen body with a weird head on it, in darker colors, like the kind of deeper red there. But I really don't like it. It's not a good Flash. That is not the Wally from the 90s. He's got all that extra stuff going on that the Rebirth suit had, you know, all those extra little, you know, textures and that. It's not my 90s Wally. Doesn't fit well with me. So I'm gonna just put Flashpoint Barry in there, and you're just gonna have to pretend that it's Wally. It's a classic suit. It's sleek. You know, you can tell it's a bodysuit rather than like a weird Rebirth textured thing. Yeah, I really hope they put out like a proper New 52, pre-New 52 Wally West Flash. But for now, I think this is pretty good. This looks nice. This is my Morrison Porter JLA lineup, guys. And yeah, I quite like it. This is nice. Alrighty. Oh, how could I forget? Look, you could always just reintroduce Plastic Man because he was still kind of a part of this lineup after all. So there we go. We're going to put Plastic Man back in the background. Alrighty, so we're going to leave this, guys. We're going to come back. We're going to do some final thoughts in just a sec. See you then. Alrighty, guys, I'm back. Time to give you my final thoughts on this wave as a whole. You know, overall, gotta say, you know, this is a weird wave. Really weird wave. Some weird choices, some weird swings here. You know, definitely not a home run wave. But let's go down the line there. John Stewart, once again, like we just didn't need that version. The Batman, while he's a good pick, he's not perfect. You know, like a couple of extra little additions, little tweaks to that costume would have really gone the extra step to match him to the Porter artwork. Maybe just adding those points to the shoulders like Porter used to draw Batman with. You know, that would have been a nice touch, and that wouldn't have been a huge adjustment to make. Plastic Man, definitely the star of the show. Great bath, but not perfect. You know, bendy arms would have been even better. And, you know, we could have come with some extra attachments, I gotta say, because these boxes were super light on accessories. And also, you know, even the accessories were all reused. You know, the 2 effect pieces that came with the Green Lantern, those are reused from the Arkham Red Hood. The Superman blue effect pieces seen before, and the Batman grapple, we've seen it before. We could have gotten some extra stuff with that Plastic Man. You know, Aquaman definitely second in line here. He's, you know, definitely the most surprising of the lot. The only reuse that I can really see is the legs, the crotch piece, maybe the abs there, but the rest is done pretty nicely. And then the Superman blue, definitely third in line. You know, while he's mostly reused, that head is really fantastic. The colors are just really nice though, and I just like having that Superman, super emblematic of the 90s, up on my shelf. So yeah, overall, guys, bit of a mixed bag. It's a weird one, and if it wasn't for Plastic Man, I'd be sitting here with a pretty foul taste in my mouth. So yeah, guys, that's it from me. I'm gonna bust out here. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to run through the spiel again. Please hit the like button if you haven't. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and help me grow the channel, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and giving me any love, even if it's a comment or a like on any of my videos. Thank you for sharing if you have before. And yeah, I'm going to keep this up and have plenty more reviews in the future. Not just Multiverse, guys. I'm going to cover NECA, cover Mattel, and plenty of Hasbro here as well. I do Star Wars, Marvel Legends, G.I. Joe Classifieds. Although I've yet to do a classified review, but I will have some coming soon because I've got Big Boa and Quick Kick in the post. So, can't forget to give a shout out to the sponsor of the channel, Fet's Hideout Toys and Collectibles. Guys, head on over to Fet's Hideout Toys and Collectibles. Drop the code DAVECAVE in the checkout for a random discount. Cycles every month. See what you get, guys. Go and treat yourself and buy yourself something nice. That's it from me. All right, take care of yourself, guys. Until next time, peace.